recording right now. Here we go. Check 1, 2, 3 for recording purposes. If I can get your name, please.
My name is Jann Arden. I was born in 1982. Thank you.
And of course, the special is called.
It's called One Night Only, Rudy. One Night Only, and it's on tonight, Wednesday, December the 4th, for One Night Only. Only it's probably going to play a few times, so if you miss it tonight, there will be other opportunities, so don't panic. Although we do want you to listen to it and watch it tonight.
Thank goodness for Crave TV.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Coming down in 3, 2, and 1. Jann, it is always a pleasure to see you. How are you doing as we speak? The holiday season is upon us, and you're giving us a Christmas gift as we speak today on a special.
Yes, CTV, One Night Only. It airs tonight, Eastern Time, 10 o'clock, and I believe, no, sorry, I take that back, 9 o'clock p.m., and then out west, like Mountain Time, it's at 10 o'clock, so just check your local listings. And I know everyone PVRs everything these days, but yeah, CTV, I'm so grateful to have, the 1 hour format to do some songs, have some candid, chances to tell stories and interact with the audience. The band played so great. The set was really beautiful, and it feels festive. It's not a Christmas special, but I remember when I was a kid, there was always holiday programming when you'd see, these one-off shows that people did, dancers, actors, singers. And so this is kind of a throwback to that vibe.
When they approached you on this, what were your thoughts? And do you ever really think about the fact that over your years in music that you have become a Canadian icon in this country?
I don't think about that at all, but I think whenever you get an opportunity like this, I have obviously a long history with CTV and have worked with some of these people for the better part of 20 years. And, we find ourselves as we're getting older in situations where you do work with the same people over and over again. Canada's not that big in the entertainment industry. But yeah, I heard about this 3 weeks ago, and just the idea came up, hey, is there any interest there? So I wasn't worried about it, though. I thought when you stick to this organic format, when you're playing music with your band and having an audience in front of you, a live audience, the show played out in real time. We played the songs, I talked to everybody, told some stories, and voila, you've got something really spontaneous and really authentic and really real. And I think that's what we all were going for.
Because you are so open with your life and so connected with people, I'm curious if you can even give me one question somebody asked you from the audience that you were like, wow, this is something.
Well, I think, one of the first questions I got was about connection. How do you connect? How does music, it was more of a general query, not so much even with me, but how music connects everybody. It doesn't matter what your political leanings are, what your religious leanings are, what your cultural leanings are, like wherever you're from or what you believe in. There's something about music. You can hear something from, a Greek love song and not understand one word and still get absolutely the essence of what the music means and what the singer's feeling. It defies language. There's no barriers in music. So when I sing something, if there's 3,000 people sitting in front of me, they all have a very specific experience with the song that's very much caters to them as a person. There's not this one thing that you get out of a song. Everyone takes their own stuff away, and that's what I love about it. So we're all emotional people. We all have obstacles. We all have stuff that we're trying to get through in our lives. And maybe if we were a little more transparent with each other, there's just not one person you walk by in the street that doesn't have difficulties. And we forget that. We think some people have it easier than others. That's not the truth.
But the thing is, though, you have from day one through your music have talked about problems and social issues and, things people are going through and stuff like that. When you think about everything that you've done, even with all the, problems and situations and things like that, you personally, career-wise, and if you want to look at your life in general, you have been successful. You have overcome, and you're still overcoming those things.
Oh, sure. I think part of what makes me better at my job, if you want to call it a job, is having empathy and being able to describe how I struggle myself, because I know people will relate to it. I mean, if you're open and honest about things, it's surprising, what people come up to me and say. And I'll use my mother as an example of her going through Alzheimer's for 10 years. And when I started writing about it, I got thousands and thousands of comments back. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I eventually ended up writing a book about the mistakes that I was making with my mother and her illness. Everyone I talk to on the street now, they don't come up and talk to me about music. They come up and talk to me about a husband or a partner or a lover or a girlfriend or a grandparent or a wife or somebody who's going through memory loss. And they're just like, thank God you talked about it, because I was so embarrassed about it. I didn't want anyone to know that I was going through that. That still surprises me to this day. And music's the same way. It's the same as a written word in a book. Music is just, it exposes these nerves that people can go, it's okay to feel that way too, if she can do it.
But then you deal with sometimes your critics. I mean, we were just talking before this interview recently on Twitter. You made a comment, and then there were some people that were pretty vicious.
Yeah, well, it was political, so I knew when I hit tweet. I'm never worried about that at all. I know how to work Twitter, and I know how it responds. Most of the people that make any comments to me aren't following me. And usually they're not even responding to anything that I've said. They're responding to a thread that's probably 15, 20, 30 people deep, because I can click on and see who they're responding to. So they don't know even sometimes what the context is. They don't even know if it's a joke. They just know that their buddy Ray12345 commented this thing to me. So they'll just hop on and comment. So they really don't even know what it's about. It's not people that follow me at all, but when people have constructive things to say, I'm happy to respond. But when they are just like these blatant insults, whether it's about my physicality or appearance or my career having any relevance, it's nothing. It's just these low punches that are meant to hurt, but they don't, because I usually answer with humor all the time. I'm careful how I curate them. Sometimes I pick the worst ones, and sometimes I just pick ones that I know I can kind of have some fun with. And I will retweet my comment with their comment. And usually I see those comments coming down within 15 minutes. This comment is no longer available. They don't like the heat. They don't like a light shone at them. They don't like people to understand that they actually made this crappy comment. Like their workmates or whoever else follows them, they'd be like, why would you say that to her? So I like that part of it. I think you can be very clever about social media and use it in a way that is funny and lighthearted. I block a lot. I don't take there's no first strike with me. Derogatory, rude comments, it doesn't matter if they're following me a lot. Usually they're not. I block them immediately. And some people are saying, well, you're just giving them that attention. No, a block is a block. When people get that from somebody, they understand they're either going to change their address and try again. And I've seen that happen time and time again, where I'll see somebody come back within the hour. They have 0 followers. They've made 0 comments. They have 2 comments. Both of them are directed at me. I will block them again. Pretty soon they just run out of energy. Freedom of speech is important. We don't always like it. Hate speech is one thing, being belligerent and cruel is another thing, but it doesn't make it illegal. So hate speech, they could do much better at monitoring hate speech. We could do far better with that stuff. There's just things that should not be said. Racist things. I mean, that stuff, I wish there was more checks and balances. More people have to complain and more people have to report comments. Twitter is pretty good. They don't get to it right away, but when they see stuff, they will take the account down. So you have to be diligent about that if you're going to use social media. Complain. Launch your protest. Do all that kind of stuff. But have fun with social media. Don't take it as a punch in the ribs. I have comments that I laugh out loud at. There's a couple of talk shows that they have celebrities read mean tweets out loud. Who does that?
That's oh God, I can think of them. I'm seeing them right now.
Seth?
No, it's not Seth. It's
Jimmy Fallon. Well, Jimmy Fallon. I thought the other Jimmy too. Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel does it. No, it's Jimmy Kimmel that does
Jimmy
it.
Kimmel.
Yes.
And I saw Jennifer Aniston reading mean tweets about her that weren't even related to anything. It was just literally people hashtagging Jennifer Aniston and saying, you know, she's so ugly, you know, you have to tie a pork chop around her neck to get a dog to play with her. Like, I'm making that up completely right now. And with these celebrities reading these out loud, but reading them with such an earnest, hard-on-sleeve kind of approach, oh my God, they're so funny. So I read a lot of that stuff that way too. And for the most part, my feed is 99% so positive, you know, about awareness for animal cruelty. Like, I use it for a lot of things. And I'm always surprised when these crazy things happen. I go up like 2,000 followers in 5 days. I'm like, what is... But people like, they like a little scrap on Twitter. And I've gotten myself into trouble on there. I've said things that I probably shouldn't have said. They're usually of a political nature. But I'm learning as we go along. Humor, humor, humor.
What do you hope people are going to get from this special when they see it?
I hope they get a little slice of, you know, what it is like to come and see one of our shows. They're very conversational. This 42 minutes of television is absolutely a perfect representation of what it's like to come and see one of our shows. It's my band. It's, you know, songs that I've loved to play over the last 25 years. And my shows are very conversational. You know, I talk to people a lot. People talk to me in the audience. It's an ongoing, very wonderful relationship that I have with people that there's people that have seen me 50 times. It always blows my mind. But yeah, it's really great. CTV did a beautiful job of the set, the sound, the lighting. It's really fun. It's an hour. It's easy to get through. And if you miss it tonight, by George, you can catch it on Crave, and I think it's going to air a few times on CTV in the next month. So nice little treat for the holidays, I think.
Thank you so much for the gift, but more importantly, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you for the interviews over the years, and looking forward to talking again in 2020.
We were young people, Rudy.
I was young. You were just amazing.
No, we were both. I just remember being set up. I mean, it's got to be. I've been with Universal 28 years this year. No,
So
it'll be next year, 2020. It'll be 28 years.
So we're talking 25
Yeah,
or something.
because I believe I spoke to you on my first record. That was
Yeah.
93.
Yeah, we did talk.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing time. Yeah. And like I said, always beautiful. Where are you can you come back and look, just hold on. Let's just squeeze in. Oh, the other way.
I knew that.
There we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rudy. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody.
Merry Christmas.